received a comment the other day on a video from a subscriber who requested a comparison video of coconut waters. I thought this was a great idea because I don't know anything about coconut water, which makes it exciting for me to learn and a true comparison between products without any preconceived notions. I've picked out 6 to compare today, and I've barely scratched the surface. There are far more brands of coconut water than there are colas or root beers or lemonades or teas. There are different brands, different types, and they're in every store I went to. It seems to be a huge trend right now. The big claim with coconut water is that it's great for hydration, much better than just plain water. Here during the holiday season, with it being cold outside, we have to deal with a lot of dryness, an important time to hydrate. But even if it's summer holidays when it's really hot outside, that's also a good time to think about hydration. We also tend to eat a lot of food. That's going to be a lot of sodium consumption. Or maybe you're just going to dip into the eggnog a little bit this holiday season. Again, hydration is important all the time, but especially during the holiday season. So it seemed like a great time to do this video, and I appreciate the request. This is quite a collection of products here. I've already decided that I have to do a blind test because I already have preconceived notions, as some of these products are very inexpensive and some are very expensive. Also, the ingredients lists are very varied, with impressive ingredients lists and very unhealthy, unnatural sounding lists. Since this is way more expensive and even a different color than this, I'm gonna need to taste it with a blindfold on to give an honest review. Once again, I'm gonna get my wife to help me out so that I can do a true blind taste test on these and just see which one I like the best. And then afterwards we can talk a little bit about the ingredients.
Now take 2 steps left, right there. I'm holding it.
All right, here we go. Blindfolded taste test. I've never tasted this stuff that I know of, except for maybe when I was a kid, actually drilling a hole in a coconut and drinking the juice out of it. So I'm not even sure what to expect. I know this stuff has more carbs in it than I usually partake in when I'm on my normal diet. So I just haven't had this at all. So here we go. I don't know where it is.
That's your first one.
So this is the first one that I'll be testing. All right, sweeter than I expected it to be. I'm not gonna guess too much. I hope that has maybe artificial sweetener in it or something. Something about it tastes too sweet and too artificial to me. So help me get to number 2. Number 2. Okay. That tastes much less sweet. Makes me think even more that the first one had sweetener in it, possibly much more natural, and mainly in a way that's a little less enjoyable. I mean, we naturally like things to be sweeter, but my guess would be that's healthier and a little more natural and clean tasting. Number 3. That is strange. That's very different. It's less sweet, like the second one was. Um, there's almost a pineapple-y taste to it that I don't know if that's the natural way it tastes or if there's something artificial in it, but it's very different. I think I would guess that is like maybe that's super natural, not supernatural, but it's very natural. Um, that was the most different yet. So let's go on to number 4. Okay, this is that's one of the ones that has pulp in it. I don't know which ones had pulp, but I purposefully didn't read into it too much. That is very sweet. That can't. That's got to have a lot of additional ingredients in it, and also taste completely different than the others. I taste vanilla. I taste a lot of sweetness, and there's of course some coconutty taste, but it's almost like a dessert. Is this number 5?
Yes.
Not good. I don't like that at all. Based on what I tasted earlier, it's too sweet. I can't help but guess that the ones that are less sweet are more natural. I don't remember coconut juice straight from a coconut being very sweet. So the sweeter it is, the more unnatural I think it is. But this doesn't have a good taste to it at all. It literally tastes like cardboard. It's like sweet cardboard juice. That is not good. That's number 5, right?
Yes.
And then we're on to number 6. That one is not very sweet. It's a strange taste. This is the one I'm most interested in on this side. Was it the third one, Tanya, that I said tasted the most natural and different over here?
Yes.
Would you refill 3 and 6 and get me some water? So I'm trying number 3 and number 6 again. Okay, this is number 6 again. Okay, number 6 is a little sweeter than 3. It has a hint of that, I don't know what else to call it, but cardboard taste. I thought maybe number 5 was influencing the taste of number 6, but now that I've had number 3, drank some water, and had number 6, there's a little bit of cardboardiness here. It's not super sweet, but I don't like it. Number 3 is the one that seems, it tastes the cleanest to me. It's the cleanest tasting one. I'm going to retaste number 1 now. The thing about number 1 is, I think if you were just getting a bunch of people to taste this stuff and see which one they liked the best, they would pick number one because it's sweet, it tastes good, it has a pleasant taste. I'm sure it's going to be one that has an ingredients list that I wouldn't want, is why it tastes so good. But it probably is the most pleasant tasting one. But outside of that, number 3 is the one that tastes like I'm drinking something clean and healthy. And it's the second best tasting one, even with the sweetness of number 1. So, let's see what this is. I have no idea what I've just tasted. So here we go. Wow. Wow. Okay, so number 1 is the sweet stuff. This is the Goya brand. The ingredients list is quite long. I'm kind of surprised. I know this is apparently the most popular brand, and it doesn't have a great ingredients list either. But it was less sweet than this. I'm gonna have to retaste some of this. Yeah, it's less sweet than that. And I thought they were more natural tasting. This is another popular brand that you see get brought up a lot. Goya is a famous company, but it's like I don't know how big their brand is. This tasted very artificial. The first ingredient is water and the second ingredient is sugar. It's way too long of an ingredients list. The ingredients lists are under this label. Coconut water is the first ingredient, coconut pulp, and that's it. Coconut water and coconut pulp. That's the second most natural one. This is the big dog, which is the most expensive. This bottle cost nearly $4 for this little teensy bottle. You can see it's a completely different color. Another reason that I wanted it to be a blind test, because I knew that this was a different color. I would not in a million years have guessed that this was the healthiest one. The only ingredient is organic coconut water. And it tastes like cardboard. Oh. Well, it's been a couple of days since the footage you just saw. I just finished editing everything you've seen in the video up till now, and I felt the need to say a few more things. First off, it's kind of strange. This one is empty. After saying all those things about it tasting like cardboard, I, for some reason, drank it faster than any of the rest of them. I'm not going to say it's good, and I'm not going to claim that I wasn't influenced by the fact that it's super healthy and organic and fancy and came from Whole Foods and was a different color. But I definitely didn't hate it as much over time. I think that the lack of sweetness is actually a good thing when you're living with it and drinking more of it. And over time, my perception of some of them changed. This is very healthy. I mentioned in the video that this one is very healthy. But what I didn't mention is that this one is very healthy. The only ingredient in here is coconut water also, and it's one of the second or third most popular brands. It's available just about everywhere, and it's empty too. I think I like this better than any of them just because it's not nearly as expensive as this. Also, I want to mention that this doesn't have a terrible ingredients list. It's just coconut water, less than 1% fruit sugar, and vitamin C. Now, maybe the fruit sugar is why it had a little bit of a pineapple-y taste. I'm not sure, but that's not the worst ingredients list in the world. It's not bad, especially since it's probably the most popular brand. It comes up number one if you search Amazon, and like I said, both of these were available at every grocery store I looked in. These two, again, what happened over time with these is they're so sweet, it's kind of gross. If it's too sweet, you're gonna start not liking it. Meanwhile, if I was really thirsty, I would be glad to pour any of these down. Even these two that really did remind me of cardboard a little at the beginning. And that's why I would say my top pick is probably this. I know it wasn't my favorite in the initial test, but it's clean tasting. The ingredients list is great. The price isn't bad, and it's available just about everywhere. And the only thing this has on it really is that it's organic. We always consult the website of the Environmental Working Group when we are trying to find out whether or not a product absolutely needs to be organic in order to eat it or not. They have a list they call the Dirty Dozen, and the list goes on past number 12 too, so you can see where an item that you want falls on their list as far as how toxic it is because of pesticides and whether or not you should get the organic version. And coconut is not on that list, so I feel very safe drinking a non-organic coconut water, and so this is probably the best deal here. It wasn't too sweet. Again, that's a pretty short ingredient list on this product too. And they both really taste better to me than these two. That website again is the Environmental Working Group. It's EWG.org. It's a great place to look. We always consulted about what fruits and vegetables need to be organic. And from what we've been able to tell, they seem to be very legit and not corrupted by anything. And we trust them. We trust them in what we put in our bodies. So check that out if you're concerned about the foods that you're eating. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm standing outside in my underwear right now, and I don't even care. I hope it was helpful to you, and I hope to see you next Thursday. Where you find the moist, delicious flesh of the coconut